So I now want to talk to you about a personal favourite of mine that comes from my project, Project 6, and it's the 5 Fs. I think our sector should be famous for frequent, fast, fabulous feedback. And we're not good at it. We're not good at telling people how their gift has made a difference. Yet, that is the most important question in every donor's mind. So it's about emotional fundraising, brilliant storytelling. More than anything else, donors want to make a difference. So that they might see that difference, fundraisers have to provide much better feedback than we routinely do. It's something that comes up again and again when you survey donors' attitude. They wrote to me asking for money for Uganda. I sent off a check. The next thing I got was news of the cyclone in India. That happens all the time. And feedback is two-way, so we want feedback from them as much as they need feedback from us. So I want to illustrate this by a technique that Alan Clayton and I developed called the need and reward cycle. Well, actually, the need and reward cycle has been around for donkey's years, but it's about applying it to the giving process. So our giving process tends to be in 3 parts. The first is the emotional need, which we see and respond to, and the second is the emotional reward we get from having done something to make a difference. And in the middle is the rational mind, the one thing that differentiates the human species from most other species. So it's a bit like this, the penguin standing above the polar bear with symbols. And we as a species have developed rational thought that causes us to stop and think, maybe this isn't actually a very good idea to do. Now, I have to tell you that I showed this in Norway a little while ago, and people said, you do realize that you don't get penguins and polar bears in the same continent? To which Alan Clayton replied, yes, and penguins don't have symbols either. It's Photoshop. But the point is, we have a rational moment. And I think this rational thought is very important coming between the need and the reward. The only problem that we have is that as we've overly professionalized fundraising, the rational has overtaken the emotional need and the emotional reward, and we pay a price for that. And I think it's a pity. Emotional fundraising will get that rational justification absolutely unarguably in place, and it will be unchallengeable. The donor will be reassured it's there, but it's not going to get in the way of connecting the emotional need and the emotional reward. So it's all about much better, faster reporting on the difference that donations make. And this is covered in Project 6 in quite some detail. So the need and reward cycle is indeed, just as the name suggests, it goes round and round. So that's it. But really, it should go like that, yeah? Did you see that? Not like that. It should go like that. Yeah? So it needs to go much faster than it does at the moment. And how it works is that you start with an engaging, irresistible emotional appeal. And the donor sees this, and instantaneously the donor thinks, I respond to that. And so he or she sends an initial gift. If giving online, as increasingly people are these days, that will happen instantaneously. Then the charity machine sweeps into action or inaction, and 3 weeks later they'll get a thank you letter. Not good enough. It needs to work much more quickly. Almost instantaneously, the donor will have in their mind, did my gift make a difference? And that's why feedback is really important, to come in impressively quickly, truly brilliant feedback. And very soon after that, the second question that is in most donors' minds, but they don't often articulate it and may not own up to it, is, what's in it for me? And that needs more feedback quickly, showing appreciation. This is why the thank you process works particularly well. And really, the cycle continues with tailored interest and engagement, prompt and responsive, and that leads to more gifts. And in the middle is what we're really striving to achieve, which is a lifelong, mutually beneficial relationship. So the need and reward cycle, not like that, but like that. I hope that's clear. But the key to this is that we need to be producing frequent, fast, fabulous feedback, but we should be famous for it as a sector. People should come to expect that from us. They don't get it averagely at the moment. And I know I'm talking not about specific organizations. You may say, but we do that. I bet you don't. But my belief is that we as a sector have to do that so that people routinely come to expect it from us and respect us for it. So that's the 5 Fs.